Tess Daly and Claudia Winkleman are leaving Strictly Come Dancing. It's been quite the journey. The pair have been presenting together for 11 years, and Tess Daly, of course, has been one of the co-hosts of the show since the very beginning, back in 2004, when she was the host with the late, great Sir Bruce Forsyth. Now, Tess Daly was the It Takes Two presenter, but she ended up doing the results show with Tess for a few years before finally in 2014 becoming the main host alongside her. So we've had 11 years of those two on the biggest show on television. This is one of the few shows that can still attract real event TV audiences for the BBC, so it's very important. Now, them leaving is a big moment for the show. Who can they get? Who can replace them? Well, the bookies have been hard at work working out who are going to be the people that next year we'll be seeing on the screen. We know that the last time we'll see Tess and Claudia together as the presenters will be in the Christmas special in 2025 after the end of the main run. So let's look at the bookies odds. The people who are favourites at the moment are 1, Zoe Ball. She's in 3-1 with most bookmakers. She, of course, did It Takes Two from 2012 until 2020, and she covered occasionally for Claudia at different times on the main show. So she has form and certainly would do an excellent job. Others in the frame include Fleur East, who's somewhere around 4-1 with most bookmakers. She, of course, was contestant in 2022 and of course went on to present It Takes Two from 2023 and still does at the moment. So she's part of the Strictly family, and therefore it wouldn't be a massive segue for her to move across to the main show. Janet Manara is also at 4-1. She was, of course, a pro dancer from 2013 to 2020. And then she has turned into an It Takes Two host from 2021, originally with Rylan Clark and then latterly with Fleur East. Rylan Clark's another person who is in the frame, 4-1, 5-1. He's a It Takes Two host. He left the show in 2022. Now, maybe it's a bit soon for him to come back, but, you know, who knows? If he loves the show and there's an opportunity, this could be a big prime time presenting gig for him. Others who we've seen their names going around with the bookmakers include Hannah Waddingham, who's around 5-1 with most bookmakers. Of course, the Ted Lasso star hosted Eurovision. She's reportedly a fan of the show and friends with people who are involved in it. She's tipped by the press all over the place, and she would clearly be a fab presenter of the show, but she would also need a fab co-presenter. Not sure who that would be. One name that's been across a lot of the press in the last couple of days is Holly Willoughby. Now, she'll be a huge poach by the BBC for ITV. She's obviously former This Morning stars, done Dancing on Ice on ITV. That would be a huge coup if the BBC could pull it off. And, you know, she's obviously got the presenting chops to do the job, but is it something that she would want? And is it something that would work on the BBC? Who knows? A couple of other names to mention are Anton Dubeck. He's, of course, gone from former dancer to judge. And I guess the next logical step would be to go to presenter. That would certainly be a real Strictly journey. And Scott Mills, of course, who's another super fan of the show. He was a contestant in Series 12. He's on the BBC books. He's around 7-1 with a lot of the bookmakers as being someone who could be involved. A couple of other names to mention. Stacey, Dooley and Kevin Clifton. They're around 7-1 with a lot of the bookmakers. Now, the pair actually met on the show in 2018, so that will be a very Strictly story to go full circle to end up being presenters of the show. Roman Kemp, again, 7-1, 8-1 with a lot of bookmakers. The radio DJ and TV presenter. He's wound down some of his radio work in recent times to concentrate more on TV. We see him on the One Show a lot. He's certainly therefore on the BBC and in the minds of the BBC. Could this be his big gig to move on to Saturday nights? Also, other names that are out there. Alex Scott, former footballer and sports presenter. She's about 8-1 with some of the bookies. She was on the show in 2019, and she'd definitely be a very good presence on a Saturday night live format. One other name to mention before we leave, and of course do leave in the comments below who you think you'd like to see as the next Strictly presenter, is Alan Carr. He's absolutely smashing it at the moment on the Celebrity Traitors. He's 12-1 with some bookies. He's been the breakout star of that show, and could it be that he's auditioning for a new role in the Celebrity Traitors? It seems unlikely. It seems like he's probably got other things to do when he leaves the castle. But you never know. Here's hoping. Could we be seeing our Alan under the glitter ball on a Saturday night?